Oi, this is Waterfalls of Joy. Today I'm going to talk about how 5 steps to deal with change. The first one is to be in nature. You know, when you're in an environment like this, like I am right now, which is just amazing. You know, you can hear the birds sing, you can see the equanimity of the plants, you know, how they're just, they're just being, they're just there, they're just existing. So and how their equanimity, you know it's, you can be like a tree in that way. The tree goes through lots and lots of changes during the year, and it's always peaceful. So when you go back to nature, even if it's for 30 minutes, you just remember, you remember this wisdom. The second step is to meditate. If there's like shocking news, and you know and you start to act immediately, probably what's gonna happen is gonna make you gonna act not in a very clever way, because you'll act out of instinct only. And when you meditate, you can clear your mind, clear your thoughts, be more peaceful, and then you can see things with clarity. The action step that you need to undertake in order to relieve the suffering of the change. So meditate at least for 30 minutes. When you hear something like you really gotta do, like something, not that you really gotta do, but that something is really gonna change, right? The third one is to journal a lot. So you can like write all your thoughts, all your fears, your anxieties. You can really purge on the paper, right? And it doesn't matter if it's on the computer or a real notebook, as long as you just write. And then you can set the intention of, you know, putting on the paper whatever is the most scary, right? The thoughts that are like the most disturbing, right? So you can see them. It goes out of your mind to your field of vision, right? Your unconscious mind. The fourth one is to see the change as a meditative slash spiritual practice. I'll give you an first-hand example. Currently, I have to take care of my uncle, who's he's in a wheelchair, because for some reasons. Um, and this might be like, I might, my initial reaction was like, oh, I don't want to do that. You know what? I could be doing so much cool stuff, and I'll have to be here taking care of him. But then I can see it from another perspective and see it. Oh, I can treat this as a meditative practice. So in his case, he's a person who's very silent. So I can enjoy the silence with him. I can meditate around him. You know, he he's not that type of person who like is like. So I can see this beauty and I can dance with it. And speaking of dancing, this is exactly the fifth step, which is to dance with the change. What do I mean by that? Um so the change requires new actions from you, and you might have a resistance, right? Your current self is like, oh, I don't want to do this. So then you might play with it. So like, for example, instead of you know, taking going all the way to the next stage, you can, oh, let me just do a little bit of the thing that I need to do, that your mind knows you got to do. So this way you're going to dancing, and then eventually you will uh, you will tran you will go to a natural metamorphosis, which will not be painful. Because if you just go to the metamorphosis, it's just like, but then if you still keep your, like, quote unquote old self, and then with your new self, uh, which is the self after the change has occurred, you can dance with it. So the new self tells, oh, you should do this, you should do that. And then your old self is like, oh, I don't want to do that. So that this way you can negotiate. Dancing in this case is just another word for negotiation, right? So these are my 5 steps. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.